We tend to assume that personal identity is a permanent, solid structure, something built early on and validated by the world around us. Realizing that identity is fluid involves a quiet, disorienting detachment from the rigid labels and certainties that previously defined your life. This illustrates the conformity trap, encountering a structure that doesn't accommodate your natural shape. To gain access, you feel immense pressure to begin shaving away your own edges, shrinking until you unnaturally slot into a space never meant for you. Our human desire to belong is often exploited by these systems. We find that the world's rules are frequently arbitrary and indifferent, requiring us to erase our original selves just to navigate them. Forcing yourself to fit a broken world does not create genuine belonging. It merely erases the original self, forcing the question of whether you must adapt to these rules or break them. When the world is made of paper, physical dimensions are highly unstable. This shifting environment reflects how perception stretches and bends in an instant. Scale is a psychological construct. What we perceive as big or small is determined entirely by our emotional state. In moments of love or intense focus, an object can appear massive and all-encompassing, dominating our entire world. Conversely, fear magnifies the object of our terror while making us feel incredibly small and insignificant. This fluidity extends to our social lives. Instead of a single, fixed personality, we often rely on a collection of adaptive masks to survive the expectations of others. Each time we adapt, we create an original crease. Over time, social conditioning applies rapid overlapping folds until the starting point is permanently obscured. Maintaining these masks is exhausting. When you finally look at yourself in isolation, it is difficult to identify the person beneath. While realizing your identity is a collection of societal folds is terrifying, it is the first step toward actively choosing your own shape. To reclaim our autonomy, we have to examine how we interact with systems of absolute, uncompromising authority. The authoritarian illusion suggests that these imposing systems use loud, rigid rules to mask a hollow center. This performance of power often hides deep internal insecurities, projecting strength to cover a very thin, fragile heart. Our internal fear distorts this further. A tiny source of authority can cast a massive, intimidating shadow, making hollow institutional threats appear as inescapable realities. External power only holds authority over us as long as we collectively agree to be intimidated. Recognizing the fragility of that authority instantly destroys its grip on our identity. There is a moment when you stop being a passive victim of the rules and become an active participant in your own reality. This world is built on our belief in its rules. When an individual finally withdraws their consent, the landscape loses its structural support, leading to a total collapse of the environment they once thought was solid. As the old societal rules fall away, a space opens up for the peaceful rebuilding of the self. We call this active authorship. It is the understanding that identity is a continuous project, forged through our own deliberate choices and the relationships we value. The scars and tattered edges of the journey are essential. They prove that genuine identity requires the messy, difficult process of unlearning external conditioning. True autonomy is the acceptance that we are never a finished product. Our power lies in our ongoing, conscious partnership with the world to write our own story.